So today I'm doing a full head of highlights, filling the regrowth. So on the regrowth we've got quite a large area. So we want to get as blonde as we can, and the finished look we want is kind of a cleaned off, creamy, silvery blonde. We don't really want to go on the ashy side, we want to keep it a nice natural blonde. The hair is quite fine, but there is a lot of it. So I'm going to be using Babylights all the way through with foils. So what I'm going to be doing when I go in is highlighting each section at the back, and then I'm going to be doing the roots, and then any areas down the hair that just need a bit of a refresh, I'm going to be covering those as well. It's been a good few months since she's had it done. I've sectioned the front off already, as you can see. We've got the 3 sections. The top section I like to do as one and take it back across the parting, so when the parting falls, it falls all evenly and naturally through there. But yeah, so I've started off, I'm going in with a bleach. I like to use a blue powder bleach just because I feel it lifts cleaner and that bit lighter, and I've just used a really low peroxide that's 1.9%. So let's get started. So I'm going to section it down the middle in half into 2. Start off clipping it all out the way. And then this bottom section can be done in 1. Just really fine highlights, just because, like I say, I want to keep it looking as natural as possible. And then when the regrowth comes through, we don't want to have too much of kind of a root line. So just your fine Babylights, just go in at the root. And just be careful when you fold your foils up that you're not pushing it and allowing it to bleach the areas that have previously been bleached, because we don't want to over process them and cause any bandings or damage to the hair that's already there. Okay, so now we've run to the sides. I've upped the peroxide in the bleach that I've mixed up, just because these won't be on as long as the hair at the back. So I've gone up to a 4% now. I don't want to go any more because I don't really want any more than kind of 2 shades lift, because she's quite fair already. So when I'm doing my highlights in the side, I'm angling it up towards the crown of the head, just so it gives a bit more natural look when it's down and when it falls. And also when she wears it up, it will flow nicer rather than kind of going up the sides. And continuing my foils in the same way, just doing the roots and feathering it down into the rest and the parts that haven't been previously coloured. Because the hair's really fine round the hairline at the front, you have to be careful and make sure your sections are really, really fine there. That way you won't get any bleeding or blobs or lines in your highlights, and it will flow naturally. Front and this top section where the parting is. So around the face I like to do lots of really fine ones and really pack them in around this front bit, purely because then they have the brightness around their face and it gives a really good effect at the end result of it kind of flowing down and through. And if you look at most people, even with natural hair that don't have the highlights, the hair is always lighter around the front hairline than the rest of the hair, because this sees more light and has more exposure than all of this hair here. So it just keeps it looking that little bit more natural and kind of giving it that sun-kissed holiday look. So just pack a few in just a little bit tighter than you have everywhere else, just around this face. Rinsed all the highlights off and it's lifted lovely. As you can see, all the roots are gone and we've got these lovely fine highlights all the way through. It's lifted up just as light as I wanted it to, which was perfect, and I've got it to a nice even tone all the way through. So now it's time to tone it, because we want to knock this warmth out and give it that nice clean, we want it a nice natural clean blonde, but we want that bit of a silver kick in it as well. So with my toners, I'm using Wella kolleston and I'm making a bit of a mixture. So I'm using 1016, just because it's got that ash in it, but also the 6 is the violet, and the violet is what's going to cancel out all of the warmth and the yellow that's lifted. And also I'm mixing in with it 1096. The 9 is a different kind of ash, and it's also got the 6 in it, but it's kind of at the second tone, so it's not too much violet that it's going to be overpowering, but it's just going to give it that lovely shiny pearlescent look that we want. So I'm going to apply it all over, starting at the roots, and then pull it straight through to the ends, and then probably leave it for about 20 minutes. rinsed it off, I've conditioned. Now I'm going to give it a cut and take these few inches off the ends where it's just split from before. So I'm going to give it a nice cut, dry it off and put some nice waves in it, and I'll show you the finished look. So there we have it, the finished look. It's come out beautiful. It's so even, there's no banding at all from how we applied it, and it just looks natural. As you can see, all the baby lights. The toner's made it really, really shiny and given it that silver shine, but it's still a natural blonde, but it's kicked out all of the warmth. As you can see, I've given it a nice cut and just put some curls in it. Around the front, it's really light, and she's got these really light bits. And then, as you can see, it looks really, really natural across the parting. Beautiful.